welcome to another vlog, and today I am just going to kind of take you around and show you different updates on the property and what we have gotten done and what they are currently working on. Right now my husband and my dad are working on our front yard, and I'll kind of show you that here. What they are doing is they are just taking all this dirt, they're digging some of it up because we want the water to run away from our house and into a ditch by the road. They are just gonna till the whole entire yard up and move the dirt around and just start from scratch and yard slope the way it needs to slope. So it was just easier to just tear it all up, get the dirt how they want it, and that way we can get the yard the way we want it. So that's what they're doing. What they've gotten done so far. They've gotten this all leveled out, and my husband tills it and makes the dirt real fine, and so they're slowly getting things done. Here's a better angle as you can see what they're doing. There's a ditch right there along the road, and then they've taken a lot of dirt off right here, and then it's gonna come over here to the house, and you can see where that's built up right there. So we're gonna build that up even higher, and the ground's gonna slope like this. So in doing so, we had to cut this back so the water from here will run into this ditch right here. So that is why they're doing this, and they just had to tear the yard completely up and kind of start over from scratch. You can see right here where like they've taken a little bit off compared to like where the ground is. You can see where that's a lot higher right there. So, but like I said, the end goal is to take the dirt and slope it away from the house and have it drain into this ditch right here. So that's what they're doing. So I am over here with the horses. Sawyer's right there and Sock is right there. I come over here and give you a little update on what we've done on this side of the property. Why this looks a little different here, because this gate is new. So let me explain. This is what it looks like now. And there used to be no gate here. We could not get in this big pasture unless we went through that little gate over there, which you get from the sandlot here into the little gate right there, and that's how we got in this big pasture. When we built it, we didn't quite think things through. We didn't really necessarily think, oh, we needed a gate. Well, there's a few times like we want to mow the pasture down, we really couldn't get a mower in here to mow it. Our little mower was able to fit through there, but like if we want to bush hog it, we had no way of getting in the pasture. So we added a gate, but let me explain why we did what we did. So if you remember, or if you're new and you don't know, the pasture used to come from this wood post right here, and it came kind of like right where I am, and then it went to this post right here. That's what the fencing attached to. So technically what we did, I'm right in line with this post right here. So from where I'm standing to that post right here is where the pasture used to be. And you can see the corner right here where the horses always stood. This was kind of Sawyer's rolling area. So all we did was we pushed the pasture fence this way. And when we did that, we added this gate. So this post is here, which used to be over this way further. And then we added this post right here so we could attach this gate. And then my husband went and got a gate roller, and this is not attached. So we need to get a little, Sawyer isn't going to mess with it, but we need to get a chain around that so the horses can't open it. But those rollers are not cheap, but I will say it's worth it. Best investment ever. We had these gates in Ohio, and we just used them as a gate like you have right here, and we never had a roller, and we were always constantly picking it up and moving it, picking it up and moving it, and that's no fun. So he went and got a roller, and it's a game changer. So 10 out of 10, recommend those rollers on any type of gate that you may have. So let me explain why we pushed the pasture this way. Why did we make the pasture smaller? Pasture smaller because this right here is where I explained, and if you are new here or just come across this video, we are adding onto this building right here. So we're adding a lean-to, and this is all right here. This is formed up, and it's going to get concrete. They're supposed to be pouring it this coming week, but the forecast is not looking very good. So this is all going to be concrete, and we are going to be putting an enclosed building right here. So in doing so, where that pasture went to that edge of that grass pretty much right there, and want to slope this down more so it's not such a steep incline because we want to be able to mow it. We're going to do a little bit of landscaping up here and maybe plant some bushes and some flowers, but we still want to slope this out just a little bit more so we can mow it with a riding lawnmower, and it's going to come out this way, and we still want to be able to drive a vehicle through here. So we're just going to gradually slope down, so we will have to bring the ground out a little bit more, and then we want to still be able to drive through here so we can get to these. That is why we pushed the pasture over and we moved it. So this kind of gives you a better view of it. Right here is very steep as well, so we are going to slope that out to probably right around in here so we can get up in here, because there's going to be a door right here to get in this building. So that's the plan out here. Like I said, hopefully we can get concrete soon and get the building ordered so they can come put that up for us. So now I'm standing on the other side of this building, and this is where we planted the grass. And we got this netting and laid it down. You seed it and then you lay this down. This is doing really well right here. This, not so much. I think we might have to reseed it. But this over here where they planted that, they've done the same thing over here, and it's doing really well. So we really like this matting, and it's worked really well. I think shortly after we planted this, it rained, and I think it just rained too much, and it kind of just didn't get seeded very well. So, but like I said, over there it's doing really well, and over here we put the matting down and it worked really well. It worked really well. It was right here. So we really like the last video. You've seen us put all these barn beams in here and all the stuff that we got from Ohio in here. So this sawdust wagon in here, we ended up using that. If you've seen that in the last video, I told you that we used this for sawdust in Ohio, and we brought it down here because it fit on the semi trailer. We weren't sure we were going to bring it, but we realized that we had room on a semi, and it came along with us, and we are actually using it for sawdust again. Ohio, we lived about 10-15 minutes from where we got sawdust from, so my husband just pulled it with the truck and just drove slow, and we never had to transfer it. But here the sawdust is about 40-45 minutes away. I don't want to pull this that long, which is totally understandable. So we had the dump trailer, and we're like, we'll just go get it with the dump trailer and then transfer it into the hopper wagon. So that is what we did, and we were able to have room for it in here to keep it out of the weather and not get rain on it. So the hopper wagon is full of sawdust, and it's helping us a lot with sawdust with the horses. We are no longer buying bags anymore because that was super expensive. So we are so thankful and grateful that we are able to find bulk sawdust down here, and we have it in the hopper wagon again, and we are making use of that. I'm going to bring you over here and just kind of show you what it looks like over here. This tractor needs fixed. The clutch is going out of it, so it doesn't really run. So my husband just has it in here. This is my mom's dad's tractor that we inherited, which would be my grandpa's. And then we got those wagons that I showed you as well. And we have stuff on them because, again, we need to organize a little bit more, but we also need to get stuff out of the weather and put stuff in here. And why not use it for good space? Like, that is what it looks like in here. And this obviously needs more organized, and we're still in the process of organizing all this over here, but it's a start. Like I said, we have room. My dad can pull his tractor in here, the mower's in here, we can pull the mule in here, we can put all kinds of stuff in here, yet it's not full by any means. There is where we keep our stuff. So it's getting full, but it's not completely full. We do still have stuff in Ohio that we need to bring down here, but between this building and that lean-to over there that we're adding, which that building over here is, there's that plywood right there, the door is behind there to go into that lean-to, and that's just more space to put stuff. So with adding that lean-to, we should have plenty of space for things. We do have to figure out some more space for hay because we can't fit all the hay that we need in the horse barn area that we have. Figure that out, but we are going to be putting an office in that lean-to for my dad, and I'm going to have an office out there as well for my crochet stuff, photography, and whatever else I decide to get into. So